Hello friends, welcome to my channel CBC Tutorials. In my previous videos, I'd explained you exercise 1.1 and 1.2. Now in this video, we'll start with the exercise 1.3. First four questions I'll explain you. Now the first question says, make correct statements by filling in the symbols subset or not a subset in the blank spaces. So basically in these blank spaces you need to fill these symbols. First one represents is a subset of and second one is not a subset of. So here the first set should be a subset or should not be a subset of the second set. That is what we need to fill in this. Now let's see the first bit. Now over here you can see the set of 2, 3 and 4. Then there's a dash and then it's the set of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now if you remember, a subset was basically a part of a set. So the first element, now this first set should contain all the elements that are present in the second set. Okay, now if you see 2, 3 and 4, they are present in the second set. So this is a part of this set. So we'll write the symbol of a subset. This is a subset of this because the elements which are there in this set are present in the second set. Next bit you see, it consists of A, B and C and then there's a dash and it consists of B, C and D. Now over here you can see that B and C, they are present in the second set, but again A is not present in the second set. So with this we can say that this is not a subset of this because A is not present in the second set. Now over here these A, B and C should be in small letters. I've written it in capital letters. It should be written in small letters. Now next one you can see X is such that X is a student of class 11th of your school and X is such that X is a student of your school. Now over here the first should be a part of the second one, as you remember. So when you say X is a student of class 11th and then you say X is a student of your school. So basically when you say a student of your school, under that only comes a student of class 11th. So when he or she is a student of class 11th, it means he or she is again a part of the school also. So here the first one will be a subset of the second one. Fourth bit says X is such that X is a circle in the plane and then X is such that X is a circle in the same plane with radius 1 unit. Now over here you cannot say that the first one is a subset of the second one because X can be a circle with more than radius 1 unit. So then that time it will not be a part of the second one. It will be bigger than that. So it will not be called as a subset of the first one. Second one, sorry. Then the fifth bit. It says X is such that X is a triangle in a plane and then they say X is such that X is a rectangle in the plane. Now over here there is no relation between a triangle and a rectangle. They are completely different figures. So first one cannot be called as a subset of the second one. The fourth bit is telling us that X is such that X is an equilateral triangle in a plane and then they say X is such that X is a triangle in the same plane. Now over here you can call it as a subset because when you say X is a triangle in the plane, it can the triangle can be of any design. It can be an isosceles triangle, a scalene or an equilateral triangle. So different triangles can come under this. So when you say X is a triangle and when you say it is an equilateral triangle comes under a normal triangle. So you can say first one is a subset of the second one because equilateral triangle is a type or it is a part of a triangle, you can say a type of a triangle, so it can be a subset. Next one says X is such that X is an even natural number, then they say X is such that X is an integer. Now if you remember, integer consists of all the negative numbers, positive numbers, then all the even numbers, odd numbers, and yes, of course it consists of all the natural numbers. So this comes in this is a part of this. So you can call as the first one is a subset of the second one. Next question says, examine whether the following statements are true or false. Now here they have given you the statement, we just need to examine whether it is true or false. The first set, it says that set A, comma B. Now this is not a subset of the second one. Now if you see, the second one consists of A and B and first one consists of A and B. So first one is actually a part of the second one, but they have given you that it is not a subset. So this statement is false because first one is a subset of the second one. So the statement is false. Next one, they are saying first set consists of A and E, and then they are saying X is such that X is a vowel in the English alphabet. Now if you remember that vowels are A, E, I, O and U. So this AE is again a vowel. So it is part of the second set. So it is called as a subset. Now here the statement is true. Third bit says first set consists of 1, 2 and 3, and then second set consists of 1, 3 and 5. Now over here you can see that 1 and 3 is present in the second one, but 2 is not present. So this cannot be called as a part of this set because 2 is not present in the second set. So this is not a subset, so it means that the statement is false. Now fourth bit says this is a subset of this. Now over here it is true because A is a part of the set, okay? Because A is present in this, so this is a subset of this. Now the statement is true. Now if you see, a similar one is given over here, but they have given it with this sign. Now if you remember, this sign is the sign of belongs to. Now one thing which I wanted to tell you is that whenever you write this belongs to sign, the first thing is that here there should not be a set. An element only belongs to a set. A set cannot belong to a set. So when you write A belongs to A, B and C set, you have to write only A without these brackets. So without the curly brackets, you need to write only A belongs to set A, B and C. Only then will it be correct. If you write A along with brackets, then it will become a subset. It will not belong to. An element without a set will belong to the set. The statement is again false. If they would have written A without these curly brackets, then the statement would have been correct. Next bit says X is such that X is an even natural number which is less than 6. That is a subset of where X is such that X is a natural number which divides 36. Now first we'll convert them in roster form. First you can see it consists of 2 and 4. They are even natural numbers which are less than 6. Second one, you can see all the numbers are given which divides 36, all the natural numbers. So if you see, first set consists of 2 and 4. In the second set you can find 2 and 4. So first set is a part of the second set. Now again, this is a subset of the second one because it is a part. So this statement is true. Now the next question says let A consist of, now over here the set A is given. Now this is a different type of question, a little different. It consists of elements 1, 2, 5. Now again a set is given. So this set 3, 4 together is one element. Like here 2 is one element, 1 is one element and 5 is one different element in the set. Similarly, the set of 3, 4 together is one element in the set. So when I ask you how many elements are present in the set, you will tell me that there are 4 elements present in the set because this 3, 4 with the set together is one element. Now the question is, which of the following statements are incorrect and why? First one, the statement says that the set of 3, 4 is a subset of A. Now you might think that this is a correct statement, but actually it's incorrect because if you see here, the set of 3, 4 is an element. Now this is an element along with the set, and if you remember, whenever we say it is a subset, we need to write the element inside the curly brackets. So if they would have written set and then inside that they would have written set of 3, 4 and then closed again one more outside set, then it would have been correct. So this is an incorrect statement because if you see here, 3 will belong to this small set, but 3 cannot belong to A because here 3, 4 along with the set is one element in this. Now next one will be clear for you. Now over here they have given you set of 3, 4 belongs to A. Now if I would have written only 2 without any kind of set, if I have written only 2 belongs to A, then it would have been correct because I have written that an element belongs to A. And an element which is written without a set can belong to the set. Now over here, this is also an element. And if you had to make a set, then again you need to write one more set outside these two. So this statement is correct because this is like one complete element in that. Okay, because this is an element of A. Now next you can see that set 3 comma 4 I have made here. Now this is a subset of A. That is what they are saying. Now this is correct because in the previous one you have seen that set of 3 comma 4 was an element. So an element belongs to a set. But when you write a subset, you should always put that element in a set in curly brackets. So I have put them in curly brackets, and then it becomes correct that 3 comma 4 is a subset of A. Because here the set of 3 comma 4 is one complete element, and that element is written in brackets, so that becomes a subset or a part of the set. So the statement is correct. Now next fourth bit says 1 belongs to A. Now this is a correct statement because 1 is an independent element, and if that 1 is written without any kind of curly brackets, then it means 1 belongs to A, because an element can be written like this with belongs to sign. Now here element 1 belongs to set A. It is correct. Next one, it says that 1 is a subset of A. Now this is a wrong statement because 1 can belong to A. 1 cannot be a subset of A. If the person would have written the set of A, if they would have written this 1 in a curly brackets and set, then it could have been a subset of A, because only a set can be called as a subset and an element only can belong to a set. So there is a difference between an element and a set. This is completely an element. It is not a set. So this statement is incorrect because an element of a set can never be a subset. If that element is present inside a set, then it can be called a subset. Now next one, if you see, this set consists of 1, 2 and 5. Now here 1, 2 and 5 are separate elements, but they have been put inside a set. So they can be called as a subset of A. If 1, 2 and 5 have written completely differently, if I would have written them separately with the belongs to sign without in any set, then it would have been correct. Now over here this statement is correct because the elements are written inside a set, and a set can be a subset. Now next one, they are saying 1, 2 and 5 belongs to A. This is again incorrect because whenever the belongs to symbol comes, the elements should not be written in a set. Next bit, they have given you 1, 2 and 3 is a subset of A. Now over here 1, 2 is correct. Till that it is correct because they are independent elements. But then again when you see the third one, now over here, as I told you that the set of 3 comma 4, this together is one element. Now if you separate out the 3 or if you separate out the 4 from that and if you write it, then it will become a wrong because this is not an element. The set of 3 comma 4 together is an element inside this. So if they would have written 1 comma 2 comma the set of 3 comma 4 is a subset of A, then it would have been correct. For now this statement is wrong. Next one, they are saying 5 belongs to A. Now again you can see that 5, or you remember, it is an empty set. Now this belongs to A. The statement is incorrect because 5 is not an element, it is a set. If you say 5 is a subset of A, then that would have been correct because an empty set is a subset of all the sets. Now here again they have put the empty set inside one more set. Now this statement is incorrect because you can see that when you put an empty set inside a set, then this set becomes an element, and an element and an empty set cannot be called as an element of any set. So this statement is wrong. Then the fourth one says write down all the subsets of the following sets. Now if you remember, we had one formula that says 2 to the power n, where n was the number of elements, and with that we find the number of subsets. So we have put the formula 2 to the power n, and since only one element is there, so 2 to the power 1, that is 2, so it will have 2 subsets. Now that 2 subsets are 1 the set itself and 1 an empty set. Next one, we have 2. So when we do 2 to the power n, that is 2 elements are there, so 2 to the power 2, n is the number of elements, 2 square gives us 4. So we will find 4 sets, we'll get 4 subsets of this set, and those 4 subsets are set A, set B, then an empty set, and the set itself. Next one, since there are 3, so we'll do 2 to the power 3. Now when we do 2 to the power 3, we get 8. So there will be 8 subsets of the following set. And those 8 subsets are set 1, 2, 3 separately. Then set 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. Then an empty set and the set itself. Always remember that an empty set and the set itself are also subsets of the set. Then we have 5. Now for 5, the only subset of 5 is 5 itself. That is an empty set. So with this, we come to the end of the first 4 bits of exercise 1.3. Hope you liked my video, and if you liked it, please don't forget to press the like button, and yes, do subscribe to my channel CBC Tutorials.